when the Hasidim left Russia in 1947, there was a mass exodus of thousands of Hasidim, managed and were able to get out, and they were in the DP camps. They left from Russia and on train, and they wandered through Europe, and they ended up in Germany and France, and after the war, the Friedrich Rebbe and then the Rebbe wrote letters to the Chassidim that they should go out and put themselves out there and rebuild Yiddishkeit. And he sent this one to Morocco, this one to Tunisia, and he wrote a letter to my grandfather, go everywhere you want, don't come here. The Rebbe wasn't going to think just about himself to build his courtyard like all the other Rebbes did. The Rebbe told his Chassidim who were broken, who were poor, who were just getting out from Gehenim, hell, and misery in Russia or Poland or wherever they came from after the concentration camps, and the Rebbe unequivocally encouraged them to go to Australia, to go to New Zealand, to go to Dublin, wherever you went, wherever their shlichus, the Rebbe, that's what the Rebbe wrote to my grandfather, go wherever you want, don't come here. This is the journey of Yiddishkeit, and the guf, the neshama comes down in the guf. It was in the comfort zone, it was in Gan Eden, it was there with the Eibishter, Neshamas Yeshim V'nenim Ziv Ashkila, and it comes down here in the Golos, in the Olam Hazeh, in the Guf, a Gashmis Dika Guf, and Nevesh Abamis, and it comes here with not even a promise of success, because who can promise you success? It's all up to you. You have to know that you're going to be challenged, and the journey is going to be a journey. You're not home. You're challenged. You're open to the elements. It's cold. It's hot. There's nowhere to sleep. There's and when you come somewhere, you have to be careful where you are. So Yankov Avinu makes a neder, and he says to Hashem, "Im yi Elokim imodi," if Hashem will be with me, that I will not lose focus, that in this journey, Hashem will always be with me. The Hashem was always with the Ovis. In every part, in every day, their whole life, it was all a connection to Hashem. It was all thanking Hashem and being aware of Hashem and singing to Hashem. It was Heidul Hashem. It was begging Hashem. Shema Keleinu, Rufa'enu, Baruch Aleinu. It was L'Shem Yichud Kodesh B'richu Shchintei. It was always being miyached, the mikabel with the mashpia, the neshama and the guf, the person, the gashmisdike person with the ruchnisdike side of his, and the tachas hakavana is not only about himself, is to go out there in the world and make a dir b'tachtenim, to bring in Hashem in everywhere he goes in the whole world. Tachas is v'shafti b'sholem b'beis avi v'hoya avai li l'kim, that I will return b'sholem in peace. So it says in the Maimer, b'sholem beis sholem, two sholem. There's the sholem that the Elyon comes down lamata and the tachten, and in sholem, and there's the sholem, the tachten lifts itself up to the Elyon b'sholem, that it is able to become a keli to receive elikus b'sholem. V'hoya avai li l'elikim, so this teaches, and this is all going ultimately on the geula, where Shem Havai will be begolui, that the lekim that's now, later on, it will become, the Havai will become our Elokim. When Mashiach comes, when the V'roch Habasa Ya'alev Elikus will be begolui, then the Havai will become the Elokim, so to speak, and there will be a Havai de Le'ela. Atzmus will be the Havai to the Havai that the Havai is now to the Elokim. And B'chol asher titen li aser esrenu, aser is the 10 keches, and 10 keches milmayla mata l'mayla, that's aser, esrenu, loch is to Atzmus himself. This is the tachlis that we are, and our Aveda is focused on the ultimate connection to Hashem, dafke down here lamata, to make a dira b'tachtenim. So I'm here right now in San Francisco by my son Peretz, and he had a lovely Shabbos here with people being his guests and experiencing a Torah Shabbos, a Hasidic Shabbos, for bringing with them, speaking Dvar Torah, and lighting up their Yiddishkeit. And also, now Peretz went to take his kids to school. It's a 45-minute journey. So he has every Monday a shir with a young lad over here. He's in his 20s, I guess. And he told me his story. He lives in back of his house. And to make a long story short, the journey of a Yid until he finds a Horle Yiddishkeit. Like first, he once came to the Chabad house downtown, to Peretz, and then he met his wife Yomi in the Uber share, and aren't you the rabbi's wife? And then he was sitting in his house and he heard some Jewish songs, and it was Sukkot, and he was sitting outside, and he thought he heard Jewish songs, and then he saw the rabbi and he asked him, "Did I hear last night?" And he says, "Sure, come in, let me invite you. You should be part of it." And he came, and slowly but surely, he's sitting here every, I don't know, once a week or twice a week, and learning Tani. He's up to Perek Daled, and talking about Levushim, Machshava, Dibur, Maaseh, and trying to understand what is the method that, as opposed to, he asked me, why is Christianity? What's wrong with that? And why? What's the difference between the Goy and the Yid? Doesn't it really comes from a place where there's a minimal exposure to Yiddishkeit, and they need to be explained every detail with great patience and perseverance, and slowly but surely they start to understand the purpose of Yiridas Hashom Beguf, Yiridas Tzerech Aliyah, and Dira B'Tachtenim, and the life of Torah and mitzvahs is a manual to connect to Hashem. So, and this is the work that the Shluchim do. They give up of themselves. They could have been professionals, successful entrepreneurial businessmen, and thought about themselves, and they come out here and they're vulnerable in Gashmis and in Ruchnis. They give up of themselves, not only in Gashmis, even in Ruchnis. It's very hard to be in a place where the not norm is the norm and the norm is the not norm. So the goal is the cheshach, the goal is b'seich goal is a cheshach kafel m'chupol, the Rebbe says, and dafke in this cheshach kafel m'chupol is v'shafti b'sholem beis sholem. In this cheshach kafel m'chupol v'hoya havai lila lekim, you need that this leads to the havai yil lekim, and aser asrenu loch, that the asore mamoris become uplifted with the eser kechas hanefesh, which will ultimately, the beis sholem will be loch to gula mitzvah shlemet, to connect to connect and to bring down a lakus lamata here, dira b'tachtenim. So the Rebbe should help that the nachas that I have from my children, the shluchim, Mandy made a bar mitzvah, posted a beautiful picture. I remember when this kid came to Mandy the first time, he did not want to know from Yiddishkeit. He did not want a bar mitzvah. He did not want to be part of Judaism b'chlal. And now he's standing here so proud a couple months later, and so proud of what he learned with Mandy, so proud that he wants to be a Yid, and so proud that eventually he'll grow up to be a Yid and a Chassid in the Yerushalayim. And not only is he proud, the whole community around him is so proud of their rabbi that we have such a wonderful and beautiful rabbi in our city. So this is the nachas that the parents have when their children go in the derech that the Rebbe taught us. And this is the real Yiddish nachas and the real Siddish nachas, and the Rebbe should help that we should fulfill the promise of Mashiach coming. And in the meantime, the Rebbe promised these shluchim, these children, that they will not only have to sacrifice themselves, they will be matzliach, also not only in Ruchnis and in Gashmis, Kaspom Mazhovim Itom, and the Rebbe is made good on his promise that there's so many thousands of shluchim, and the fact is that nobody called them, and nobody appreciated them, and the fact is that they're all existing and all thriving and all building beautiful Chabad houses, and the main thing, building beautiful neshamas and beautiful neshamas beguf, Yiddishkeit to all four corners of the world. And the Rebbe's help should be the Gola Mitzvah Shlema V'Shafti B'Sholom V'Beis Avi Tekev Miyad Mamesh. A gute Woche and a gute Jahr.